Okay, so say we have this problem, which I guess comes from the from last year's exam. One thing to remember in general is that this is the most general form. So you've got some function, and it goes from you take the derivative. Okay, if I define big F t as the antiderivative, so if I take the derivative of it, I get little f. Then we can use to our advantage this idea that I'm taking the integral and then taking the derivative. So if I look at this, then I'm taking the derivative of this antiderivative, big F, at the top minus big F at the bottom limit. Okay, so we've got that. When I take the derivative of this, I'm moving back down to the little f. Right? Little f. Then the chain rule tells me I have to take the derivative of the inside as well. So little f, e of x, and u. Okay. So that's kind of our generic form moving from here to here. If I'm looking at a specific problem, I don't really need to know what the antiderivative of this is. Okay? What it tells me is that I take the function, evaluate it at the top part. So in this case, I have this function, evaluating at 1 over x, so 1 over x, and then squared. And then I have to take the derivative of the 1 over x. So times the derivative of the 1 over x. What's the derivative of 1 over x? What is it? So this would be 1. Move that down, subtract 1. So it's negative 1 over x squared. That. So that's the first part, then minus this function evaluated at now 1, so negative 1 squared, times the derivative of that, which is 0. Okay? So kind of simplifies. You don't obviously have to go through that. Anytime you see a constant here, know that you're going to be taking the derivative of it, so that term's going to be 0. So if the constant were up here, this term would be 0. You have a constant down here, so we don't need that. So now we're just here. All right. Any questions over that? This is your most generic form. Anything else is going to be at least that hard or easier. At most that hard.